you've had a happy 4th of July weekend. And here we are. We had several questions at church yesterday. How's your garden? So we're here with a continuation of our COVID garden. Here we began last week, Memorial Day weekend, we began with a tomato bed. Notice my tomatoes are way over my head. I learned a lot from this bed. I planted them a little thick so they're ripening slow, but look at all the vines, and we've got several ripe tomatoes. The strings have really worked great as far as standing up our tomatoes. I've got 3 or 4 different kind of tomatoes in this bed, and they are really loaded. The vines are great, but we're just waiting for them to ripen because they're too thick to get the sunshine. So Patricia's got a few tomatoes she wants to show, got a few red ones that we got in. I always say you need a good mater by the 4th of July. Remember Memorial Day when we showed you our proposed eggplant bed, and then we had some little bitty peppers in there and we was going to companion plant them? Well, here's where we are now. Our eggplants are growing. We've got 9 eggplants in this one bed. We got one over there. We've got 3 or 4 different peppers in this bed that are doing well. We've got some jalapenos. We've got some cayenne. We've got some golden cayenne. We've got the eggplants are doing so good. This is an A-jar right here. And
one of the things that we enjoyed this year and trying to use in our peppers, because they've gotten so tall, is these electric fence posts. And we use these, and it's real good for me, is I can just take and push them down with my foot, and it actually goes in there. I don't have to drive them. So I love these. These are wonderful.
Remember on Memorial Day, these peppers were just being planted that week, and now they've grown. We've got 21 peppers in here, at least 4 different type of plants, and they are just doing exceptionally well. As Patricia mentioned a moment ago, they're growing tall, but these are our jalapenos, and we've got some big jalapenos on here already. And then our A-jars, and then what is the name of that other pepper? Edawas. And then we have bell peppers, as well as you notice up here at the front, we have banana peppers. And once again, notice their sticks. Now, one of the things, we had the marigolds in the middle for companion planting. If you look at our marigold, it's eat up because of the Japanese beetles, but it protected our peppers.
We're still excited about our cucumber trellis. That's working really good for us. We've got it on all 3 times over here, and I got to show you. We are growing these Japanese cucumbers, and there's a wonderful one right here. See, we got those, and then we got a different kind over here. Oops, he broke. And here we got all these kinds here. We got Czech peppers that are still over here. They're dark Czech peppers. And we still got our Swiss chard. We ate that this morning just in omelets. We had it with our omelets this morning. And so these are still doing good.
I remember Memorial Day when Patricia throwed me under the bus. She said somebody planted all these squash and didn't label them. And so we're going to have to wait until they start making to know. Well, that's kind of biblical. By the fruit you shall know them. So we now know what they are. And so as we begin, I want to show you a few things. This here is called a star squash. Well, what's that Japanese name?
Romanesco.
Romanesco. A star squash. Reason it's kind of shaped like a star. These are yellow scallops. And then she has what's called a patty pan. And the patty pans, they're kind of like a yellow scallops, but they're not yellow. And then also one of her favorites, one that she likes is a pineapple squash. This pineapple squash is called a pineapple squash, but it don't taste like a pineapple squash.
It looks like a pineapple.
But it looks like a pineapple, but it don't taste like, it just tastes like squash. And so our squash seems to be doing well.
Hey, this right here, what I do with this is I have to cut him out and stuff him with different kind of stuffings, so you make like a stuffed patty pan squash.
So we got more squash to come. I said there's more squash to come. We got a couple more beds up there, but down here we have our squash that we're just finding out what it is.
Hey, look what I found.
A zucchini. And notice my little bucket I gather with. And then we got more, and here's one of the star squash and more yellow scallops. Now I'm going to have to use all these big pockets I got with my Father Day breeches.
Hey, look at this one.
And then we do have some regular straight neck squash. So our squash is just now starting to work real well. Remember the last time we had a 26-foot bed around here, and we planted 4 tomato plants in it, jalapeno peppers, and it's Patricia's dream bed. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. But this is my Abe Lincoln. Now he's got several tomatoes on it, but he's just not, but look how tall he is. He's at least 8 foot tall. He's done outgrew 2 posts. And then we got my Abe Lincoln, we've got our beef steaks, and then I've got my mortgage lifter. I've got about 11 different tomato plants all together. And remember Memorial Day, our okra was just starting to break the ground. I told you it's orange okra. Well, it's starting to bloom now. And so we're really looking forward to that. And it's up almost 4 foot tall already. And so we're looking forward to that.
Hey, can you tell about the green beans? I gotta pick them.
Remember, this is Trisha's green bed. We got 2 green beans. These that she's picking right now are, well, I don't know which way she's picking right now. Anyway, these are rattlesnake green beans. And they've run up and down. They're about to strangle out some of my tomatoes. They're running so wild. And got a bunch of them, and they're about ready to pick. By the end of the week, we should have a mess of rattlesnake green beans.
He can pick these because these are tall.
I like breaking them.
I get the short one.
Because it's cool. And then these are bush green beans. A week after we showed it to you on Memorial Day weekend, I thought they were dying. But now then they are loaded, and by the end of the week, they're going to be ready to pick.
Yeah.
So I'll be ready to break. She'll pick the low road, and I'll take the high road, and we'll get to the breaking later. All right, here's my other tomato row. Remember, there's 11 tomato plants on here. The first one is Mike Shelton gave me 1 tomato last year that was an Arkansas Traveler. And then in the midst of that, I saved 2 of these and I passed them out to others. And so there's a ripe Arkansas Traveler, and then right beside that, I got these by accident. They was mixed in with my Howard Pinks. And then, because they were so good and sweet, they're little tomatoes, but I call them Dad's favorite is what they are.
He eats these when he's riding the lawnmower.
Yeah, I mean, these are so good.
He don't count his carbs on them.
And these are brandy wines. They look like they're going to have some pretty tomatoes, but they're slow. But these are Ham 11s. They were made over in the Middle East. And one of the perfect things about the Ham 11s is they're supposed to really handle the drought real well.
Huh, I've never seen
And
one like that before.
so we got 2 of those Ham 11s right here in the middle that are doing so good. And then we come back to, we got Howard's Pinks, and them are some that we save each year. And then I got 2 more mortgage lifters on the end, and I'm really trying them at. This is the row of tomatoes that we were going to plant after we got a rain last time, and so these are all our new tomatoes, and they're all blended up with the other kind, so we're really looking forward to having our tomatoes in stages. What are you doing?
I'm eating.
We're supposed to be showing these blackberries, not stowing them. Wait a minute, she's blowing blackberries out of her nose. These are the blackberries she told you about last time that her friend gave her, and now then they are just now making. They didn't come out that we've been able to pick a bunch of messes, but we come down here when we're mowing or picking the garden and eat blackberries. They are so good. And so from the Stanford household to yours, we want to thank you for this short video tour. And what are you doing? You eating my blackberries again? Anyway, let us say happy 4th of July weekend. May God bless you, and have a blessed day.
Hey, talk instead of eat.
Oh, my turn. And then we got, I got all choked up.